Hi Indigo class, it's me again. I hope you're all well and enjoying the sunshine. I've got a story to read to you again. This week it's going to be this one, which is the Magic Boomerang. Now I bought this book when I was in Australia. I spent a year out in Australia visiting my family and doing some travelling, and I bought this book while I was there, so it reminds me of my time in Australia. I hope you enjoy it. So it's called the Magic Boomerang. A magic adventure began on this day with a gift in the post from far, far away. Uncle Max from Australia, Calgary in fact, had posted a present so carefully wrapped. Greetings, dear Cody, the letter began. I hope you have fun with this old boomerang. It has amazing powers, so legends here say. It will always come back if you throw it away. Cody ran to the park and looked up at the sky, threw the old boomerang, and it started to fly. It span round and began to come back. As he reached out to catch it, his head got a whack. Soon Cody woke up in a very strange land. He gazed all around and tried hard to stand. Gum trees were swaying in the warm summer breeze. Wildflowers bloomed in the shade of the trees. Stirk pea, wattle, coolabah and more, banksia, bottlebrush and kangaroo paw. Suddenly Cody heard a rustling sound. A tap on his shoulder made him turn around. My name is Napuru. You are not alone. I'll show you Australia. This land is our home. This boomerang has magic, Napuru explained. It can carry us far over any terrain. If we dream of a place and both close our eyes, we can go anywhere the old boomerang flies. So they dreamt of a spot in the outback somewhere where the animals played, and soon they were there. They sat by a billabong, and there in the shade, kangaroos, koalas and wombats played. In a clear, shallow stream, a platypus swam. In the distance, emus and dingoes ran. Kookaburras laughed, but the cockatoos knew if the boys made a wish, their dreams would come true. The boomerang was thrown and the boys made a wish to escape from the heat and swim with the fish. Into sparkling blue waters they both splashed and dived at the Great Barrier Reef where the wobbegongs hide. They swam with striped tiger sharks, parrotfish too, and a large coral trout with spots sapphire blue. A small school of sweetbits, angelfish and more. They saw crabs and stingray on the dark ocean floor. Again, the old boomerang soared into the skies, and just as the boys were opening their eyes, raindrops were falling. It was humid and hot. A tropical forest, believe it or not. Dainty green tree frogs hopped into a pond. Waterfalls splashed on the rocks beyond. Frangipani and jasmine smelt wonderfully sweet. Pawpaw and jackfruit were delicious to eat. For the Northern Territory, the boys set out next, to a deep muddy river where the crocodiles rest. They sat on a log and peered underneath. Napuru shouted, "This log has got teeth!" Cody threw the boomerang and took Napuru's hand. They ran so quickly, they hardly touched sand. Napuru said, breathless, "There's the desert to see. Uluru at sunset is the place to be." As the friends gazed in wonder at the sacred sight, the sun set to the west and day turned to night. Aboriginal people danced, played and sang a dreamtime tale of a magic boomerang. The moon high was shining so bright, and the Southern Cross twinkled in the dark night. Cody lay down by a warm, glowing fire. Tiny sparks flickered. He began to tire. He gazed at the sky and started to dream of his friend Napuru and the places they'd seen. With one last wish, he was back in the park. With the old boomerang, he ran home before dark. What a magic adventure he'd had on that day, with a gift in the post from far, far away. So you would have heard lots of Australian animals and Australian places and names for things in that story. And on the last page, it's got a map of Australia with all those features on and all those animals there that you can have a look at. If you want to find more about Australia, then maybe you could do some research and see what some of those animals look like and some of those plants and things. Lovely to read to you, Indigo, and we really hope to see you soon.